Andy from Survival School. Today I want to show you a process from start to finish of a one stick fire. Now it's been raining on and off all weekend down in Devon on the course, so what I thought I'd do is I got the training instructors to make a one stick fire. So people always ask, well, what do you do if everything is soaking wet? I can't find any dry tinder or any really dry kindling. This is the process that I would go for. Now what I've done is I started the first process. I found a fallen tree, so this is a spruce, and I cut off roughly 12-inch round, a couple of inches thick, a nice round. Okay, nice and straight, trying to get it with not so many knots in it. Okay, if you get knots, that's when you're in trouble, even if all of this was soaking wet, which it was on the bark. The inside should be bone dry. So what first stage I need to do is I need to scrape or peel the bark off of this round. Okay, that is getting all that moisture off of this round, taking all that water away, and underneath should be bone dry. As you can see, nice and dry underneath there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrape all this bark off and then move on to the next stage. Okay, so I've scraped all the bark off of that, and then underneath is bone dry. Lovely dry piece of wood in there, lovely dead piece of wood. Now that is stripped off or peeled off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to need to batten, and I'm going to need to batten down the central pith of this round. Okay, can you see a little dot in the middle there? I'm going to need to place my knife up to the hilt, up to the top of the handle there, as far away from my legs as possible, and then use something as a batten, so a piece of wood. I'm going to start to hit down. There we go. There we go, nice and dry. Okay, into the center of that wood. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to keep on splitting that down through that central pith again until I get a load of different stages of kindling. Okay, what I'm looking for is my first stage, my second stage, and my third stage of kindling. So first stage would be matchstick size, second stage would be pencil size, third stage would be little finger size, and then you work your way up different sizes. Okay, so this is a one stick fire, so I'm going to get a fire going with just this one round. Everything's soaking wet, there's nothing dry around. This was wet on the outside, and we're going to keep splitting it down until we get everything we need. Once I'm happy that I've split down enough of this wood here, I've snapped some of it in half to make it a bit shorter. I've got some really thin bits here, lots of different bits of different sizes here, trying to get different stages of kindling. Then once I'm happy, I'm going to get one of these thinner bits and I'm going to start to make some feathers on there, because then once I've got some feathers, that is going to be my tinder. Even if it's raining like it is now, try and keep this as dry as possible. I think that's just running off the trees, so it's not much of an issue right now. I want to try and keep it as dry as possible. If I get bits scraping off like that, what I can do, get my coat and catch all of these bits that are falling off, and I can just use them, so it's not a major drama. Now, I've done a video on feather sticks before, so it's finding that right wood, your right skill of cutting techniques, and also how sharp your knife is. So I've been using this knife the weekend, so it could do with a little bit of a sharpen, but I'm trying to get off as many curls as possible on here. And you can see they're dropping off as well, which isn't too much of a problem, but the thinner the better to really get this going. So that's why I've got my jacket there, cover up that kindling in the wet, and also catch any bits that drop off, because we can use them and they don't get on that wet ground. Try and get off as many curls as possible, as thin as possible. So it's a really good skill to practice, is making feather sticks, and also a one stick fire is a great skill to practice as well. Okay, so it's not the best feather stick in the world, but it will work. Okay, there's one of them there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take another one. I'm going to do exactly the same again. Any of them curls that come off onto my jacket to use as well. Try and get as many curls on there as possible, as thin as possible, for my tinder. Remember, everything is soaking wet around me. I can't find anything dry and fibrous to get this fire going, but with this one stick fire, I can make everything I need with it, or for it. As you can see now, what I've got is, I've got a load of curls here on some long sticks, and I've got my different stage of kindling. I've got my sort of matchstick sizing up, pencil sizing up, and little finger sizing up, just working their way up in different sizes. Now I've got that already, I've got my fire still in my knife sheath here. Let's get this fire going, this one stick fire. Okay, so once we've got that taken, then we can carefully lay all our different bits of kindling on there, and our smallest, working our way up in sizes until we get all of our one stick on there, and hopefully that will take nicely. Cover it a little bit, protect it from the wind and the rain just a little bit, and hopefully we've got our one stick fire. Where everything else is wet, this is how we get our life-saving fire. When everything is soaking wet, find your round, 12 inches long, split it down, scrape the bark off, everything will be nice and dry. There's not actually a lot of smoke coming off of there because there's no moisture in there, or not a lot of moisture in there. And then we can end up putting all these bits on as well, all from feather sticks, and that one round split down into little pieces, and we've got our one stick survival fire, that life-saving fire. It's raining again, everything's wet, this is nice and dry. Hope that helps, guys. Don't forget to try this out. Okay, good for your cutting techniques, your cutting skills, for feathering and splitting wood, so battening, and good for your fire lighting skills as well. So don't forget to check the channel out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you've done this. There we go, the one stick survival fire.